Good afternoon. I went for a run. In the snow, Rocky style. It was good. It was really good. I like recognize I've only been doing the lion diet for 3 days. Okay, so I've been doing the lion diet for 3 days. I woke up at 5 the first 2 days, and today I woke up at 7. But I'm running every day, and I don't feel fatigue at all. I feel my muscles like working really, really well. So that's amazing. I feel like my hand's healing, but we'll see within a week, and then I'll give like an update on that. I took a before picture of my hand, and then I'll take an after picture of what it's like a week of doing the lion diet. I tried cream cheese and cheese, okay, and I didn't see much of a difference, but I'm just gonna go strictly meat again. I know I can't eat egg. I know I can't eat pork. I tried almonds this morning and they seemed to be fine, but I washed them. I washed the almonds because on the packaging it said it could contain peanuts, soy, whatever, right? Whatever is manufactured in that same building, I suppose. I assume. So I washed them and they seem to be fine. And also shrimp. I ate shrimp with my steak today. So I had shrimp, steak, salt, butter, almonds, cheese. Yeah. But like the best thing is like steak and shrimp. Steak and shrimp. Cheese still kind of made me like, I didn't know what my body was doing. I literally just ate it. So I guess we'll find out. But everything that I've ate so far today was okay. I'm not eating pork. I'm not eating eggs. It's so weird because like before I'd eat all these things and not have, I was so ignorant how anything was making me feel, and it was the food I was eating. And now I'm like, I'm kind of scared to try things. I'm like, just do it really quick, see what happens. The pork was the worst. The eggs were pretty bad too. I'm really glad that headache's gone. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that. I can eat almonds and I can eat shrimp. So that's kind of exciting. I'm on the fence with cheese. We'll see. So I'm slowly working at new skills, okay? With this new diet, oh yeah, this is what I was getting at. I just got off track real hardcore, but I'm on schedule now and I'm not dragging my ass. I feel energized and I feel like not groggy. I feel like all my muscles are working properly. So in doing that, like I was already working on routine, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? And that was hard for me. Like it was hard. I had to set alarms on my phone. That's what it resorted to, because I would just forget, and then everything that's going on around me would consume me in a sense. Not consume me fully, but I'd always be working on something that was like distracting, because I don't know, it was just really distracting, and it has a lot to do with diet. I just know, because now I feel like I can do all these things, and it wasn't bad on the weekdays when my kids are at school, because all I have to do is feed them breakfast and a snack, and then school has the rest, and I give them a snack after school. Once I get home, I have all that free time, right, to recuperate and get ready for dinner. But when they were home on the weekends, there was no real strictness about it. As long as they ate breakfast when they were hungry, they had a meal in between supper, you know, kind of thing. There was no time on the weekends. I literally ended up just making like alarm clocks recently. But now that I'm up and like clear-minded, I feel like I'm functioning properly. I'm able to get it within like 2 hours, right? So between like 8 and 9, they'll eat breakfast on a weekend. And then between like noon and 1, they'll eat lunch. It's so crazy what diet can do. Like, and I feel like that's doable when last week I didn't. So wild. So wild. So that's cool. And the aim is to have them eating at the same time every day, right? Because like it's routine. But I couldn't put any like strictness on anything that I was doing because of where I was at before. I couldn't be like I'm gonna be exactly where I was at before all of this bullshit happened. I couldn't put that weight on my shoulders because then it would just seem impossible. And it's not impossible. I just had to make slow baby steps. Baby steps in the right direction. And sometimes I failed terribly, but it is what it is. I got put through a lot, and it took a lot of me to clear that and the trauma it left behind. And I wanted to do it in a proper way where it all got, my entire slate was clean, and there wasn't anything that could trigger me. I wouldn't have any sort of reservations when it comes to me and my healing. Like, I just wanted to be able to just make sure I like covered all my tracks pretty much, so that in case I was get really, really, really triggered, it wouldn't ever go back there. Hey, honey, what's up?
I was just gonna ask if I could have a lip sync.
No. I'm trying to wean the kids off sugar too, without them knowing. Like, I'll let them have sugar because they have so much sugar right now, and I'll just wean them off. I don't know why I'm whispering that, but I had my kids weaned off sugar one time. When I was with Muhammad, he like helped me wean them off sugar, and it was so crazy the withdrawals that they were having. It was so crazy the withdrawals my kids were having, so I don't want them to have that. I'm just going to wean them off slowly and then go from there. They're eating steak with me every day. Like, they'll have one meal a day that's steak, and we'll start there. And then, of course, they have to choose it themselves, because if they don't choose it themselves, then they're just not going to know why they're choosing it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to give them all the information that I know, but they can also make their own decisions in life. Somebody wants to make peace so that you don't have new beginnings in life, but you're not a fool. You won't be fooled by that. Also, somebody desperately wanted you to like join some sort of church or cult or some sort of group. I'm getting a sewing machine for some reason, a sewing machine. Someone might like to sew or quilt. Somebody wanted to kill somebody so that they didn't have a new beginning. Why do people always have to fucking take it that far, you know? Like, because they want a new beginning. That's why. They want a new beginning, but they want to keep it under wraps. They're angry that someone's like compassionate or passionate. They feel like one of their friends or one of their family members were to have caught feelings for somebody based on their compassion. So, and how's that anybody's business if you're not being a fucking snake, man? That's what I was thinking. These people want a protection from the tower that they brought upon their lives, okay? Through the demons that they entertain or the negative energy that they entertain. They want protection somehow. Or you have your guards up when it comes to these thieves and they want protection from the tower that they created in their life. Okay, so these people tried to create tower moments in your life. That's why you're guarded towards these people. They put you through the war. But now they want to come back and be protected from their own tower that was creating towers for you in your life, if that makes sense. Somebody wants to be able to hold on to a house or a marriage or a relationship here. I'm hearing diamond duo. I'm also getting jewelry. Someone has likes diamonds. I'm hearing diamonds are forever. Someone stole a relationship out from under someone due to stalking. Someone's really greedy. Okay, you're protecting your energy, but like there was somebody who like came into your life in order to steal any sort of relationship that you had. So say you had a friend, they would go and intercept that friend. Say you had a boyfriend, they would go and intercept that boyfriend. Say you had a potential love offer, they thought someone was interested in you, they went and stole that out from under you. They everything, they wanted everything of yours: money, assets, relationships, personality traits, everything. Somebody wants to have a pregnancy here. Somebody wants to be somebody at a like really weird level, like a fucked up. It's fucked up. Ooh, I'm done with that. And now they're watching from a distance. What? You love yourself. A community apology. Save it. If this person's anything like me, save your apology for someone else or whatever. Like, go do that somewhere else. Repent. Okay? Give it to God, okay? And then God will give me a download that you apologize. But I don't want anybody coming up to me on some fake shit, on some I'm busted now, I want to apologize in order to what? Maybe sell me a story on who knows if it's anything like it was in the past. It's just going to be straight up gaslighting, painting a narrative that they want me to believe over my own truth. And I'm just not, I don't got time for that. I really don't. I don't even care to know. I don't even care to know. There's like a journalist. Somebody could be like a journalist, like a journalist who wants to like write a story on somebody else's life story, or at least the situation at hand. If somebody comes up to you and does want to, then you could say yes. You could also say no, right? Like you could just say, like with all due respect, I just want to be left alone, right? You can tell my story, but don't use my name and don't use my picture. You can call it fiction, right? You can call it factual, but just don't use my name and don't use my picture. You have a right to do that since all your rights have been violated for the past how many years, right? People have been obsessively watching you in a way that they shouldn't for how many years. So it is your every right to be like, you know what? You can tell my story for awareness, but I don't want my name out there, and I don't want my picture out there, and I don't want my kids' pictures out there. You can very much do that. For anonymity purposes, for being left alone purposes, stuff like that, right? Like there's not just one way of creating awareness. It's whatever you make it, and it's whatever you want it to be. So that's some food for thought for these people who are being targeted, as I am. It's just something to think about. It's just something to think about. Like you're already famous in a sense, right? And how fun was that? Not very. Not very. Of course, you won't be like blatantly getting attacks at your life, and nobody will be helping you. Your story will be out there now. People will help you because you got to save some face at that point. These people from the past want to come and apologize. Save it. Because something's coming to an end, their world. I'm getting like someone's world is just like crashing down around them due to your pure intention, your nurturing attributes. They remember you for who you are before you messed with them, because it's just who you are. You know, obviously when you're getting antagonized and attacked, a different side comes out, but at a core level, you're still that same person, and that's who they remember you as. Well, they're like watching you be excited about life. They're watching you have all this motivation, and all they can do is stand back and watch you over the internet, the World Wide Web. Watch you over the internet. They thought they had the world. They thought they had your world in the palm of their hands. And they may have. But not really. Okay, because they don't have the same perception as you. Okay, so even if they stole all your partners, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your jobs, your family members, your this, your that, your clothing style, your characteristics, your makeup style, whatever the fuck they chose to do, okay, to impersonate you, to personify you, okay, they didn't have your perception on the world. That's why you could never be somebody else. And this is ultimately what exposes you, is the way that this person presents themselves. And I mean, since you started to compare, now there's two things to compare. You're exposed, and this person's very direct and in their power. And you were at a loss, wanting to apologize, needing to switch up. There's a death certificate here. Someone could have died. There could be, I'm hearing Shirley. Someone could be named Shirley or Meredith. Or there could be a message in this reading for you. There's something about a death certificate. Somebody wanted to manifest this for a Queen of Wands, but it didn't work out that way. And this is justice. Marriage alliance, captivity, mercy and goodness, inspiration. There could have been someone of the justice system that died. And it was due to like an unjust situation. It was karma. Someone could be in jail for an altercation, or somebody was fighting. Somebody was fighting because of like a deal, like a dirty deal, and now they're mentally trapped. Somebody's mentally trapped because you want to give a solid offer elsewhere because they were trying to do dirty deals behind your back, and it was like there was a fight about it. This person could either be in jail or like they don't know what to do. They're trapped in their mind and they're like fighting behind the scenes because you want to take your business elsewhere, or at least some sort of offering to an empress. Okay, I'm gonna do the affirmation cards. I celebrate life and I cherish my family and friends. Excuse me. Yeah, if you've had like a setback or anything that like was kind of like a detour in life, I kind of spoke about this earlier, but just make sure you take it easy on yourself. Health is wealth, so try to just like eat healthier. What do I mean by eat healthier? I mean lots of fatty red meats. Okay, I'm educating myself on that as well. I did put some doctors in on the community tab about why plants are bad for us. sort of thing. And you can go down the rabbit hole with that one, because I sure did. I'm getting like the same stubbornness that you had when you were in this obsession, this addiction, this controlling state, okay? This overdoing it state. Okay, that same drive, willingness, and stubbornness that you had there. Okay, flip the script on it and use that same exact energy for whatever you want to do positive in your life. Okay, free yourself and create the future that you deserve. Create a life worth living. So a lot of that just starts with the priority list. What are my priorities? What do I even care about? And then number them. And then put them into the schedule. Don't do anything else unless you are doing all of those things that are a priority. And if you don't do it, well, then take it off the list. You don't care about it. You literally don't care about it. Why are you lying to yourself still? But also don't be too strict about it. Like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. On the weekends, it was pretty whack, okay? We ate whenever we were hungry. I knew that there was like 1, 2, 3 dinners, okay? But it was whenever the fuck. And I didn't care. I really didn't. At least we were doing that, right? And I was dealing with so much stuff internally, healing internally, doing a lot of work, tarot readings, meditating, just working on a bunch of little things at a time. So I wasn't too worried about it until I was. And then I started making alarms on my phone. Okay, 7 o'clock. Okay, so I got like an hour to like fuck around or whatever. As long as they're fed by 8, then that's good. Okay, and then I'd have an alarm at noon. And then I'd have an alarm at 5. So that's how I was doing it last week. But now I'm clear-minded, already like going, I make them breakfast. I go for a run, usually in the morning, but whenever, at least once a day, my mind is clear. And I just do these things internally. I don't need to go look at the clock anymore. Of course, I look at the clock, but I don't need an alarm to go off for me to get inspired to get out of bed or stop doing what I'm doing to cook for the kids, you know? And it used to like, it's so crazy. Now it's just so easy. It's just so easy just to have that internal clock reset. Why are you crying again? Are you just sad boy today? I'll be right back. What did you learn?
Don't put balloons on each side.
Are you okay?
Oh, freak out.
That's empty. Sorry. I don't know whose that is.
That's probably down. Oh, freak that side.
No Pepsi.
What's this? No, I don't like that.
He was holding a balloon and he was gonna slingshot it, and he let go of the far side and hit him in the face instead of letting go of the close side. He let go of the far side and it slingshot him right here. It's really red, actually. My oldest he's quite clumsy, but he's gonna be like a really tall kid. He has bigger feet than I do right now, so I don't know if it's that, where it's kind of like awkward baby deer thing, or if he's flat-footed. He's kind of flat-footed, but I'm getting like him archier shoes. Something was designed foolishly Like they just somebody underestimated someone and is just, somebody underestimated an empress. They called them a failure. Like what? That's a part of life. Like you can that'll only work for someone who's weak-minded. And you can't just assume that someone who's down and out when everybody's attacking them from all angles is weak-minded. You can't just assume that. Even if they look like it. Because those people, if they have faith, they'll come out the woodworks and be super fucking powerful just with a little bit of faith. Right? Because God will pour into them. Somebody doesn't know what path to take, or they took the wrong path. And now they feel like they don't even know where to go. Somebody's a lost soul. Somebody's a lost soul. They feel like a fool. High Priestess in the reverse. Somebody continues to throw out magic and continues to get hit with it. Because somebody else has a really good understanding of how to protect themselves against people who are relying on darkness to instill fear. To instill fear. You can't have this person go down the wrong path. That's foolish. It's foolish, and you're caught, so you look like fool too now. And you work so hard at this. So it's like, best be ready to carry all those trials and tribulations you threw at somebody. Because they're yours now. That's your cross to bear. Better get strong. You better get strong. Better get good at cutting your emotions off. You sure did it back then. You sure cut your emotions off back then. Time to train again. Time to train in a different way of like being able to take some shit. Okay, all the shit you put out, all the trials and tribulations you tried to put on this empress. This empress is getting this. Their money. And you aren't going to be a part of it. Whoever this is. The people going down the wrong path all the time, not speaking up. There's no such thing as an innocent bystander, right? There's such thing as people like staying in their own lane and not getting into other people's business. But once you've gotten into that person's business and they've been attacked brutally at every angle, on every angle, that was the plan. That was the expectation, the trials and tribulations that you guys were going to put them through. Then you're not an innocent bystander. Then there's no such thing. Like if you were heavily involved in going down this wrong path and trying to make someone look like a fool and instilling fear and throwing magic and 10 of wandsing them, having them depressed and in anguish, you are not an innocent bystander. You're just not. You're just a person who doesn't stick up for anything. You're just a person who doesn't know what they stand for. It's a coward, right? Remember earlier when I was talking about John Peterson, when he was speaking about a story out of the Bible that the Creator asked one of these men to take a stand, and he didn't. He took the cowardly way out and just ran off. This Empress is going to be like, they're going to be held in high honor. They're proud of what they've achieved, and they deserve the recognition for it. They do. Like, as this person was planting new positive seeds, you were planting seeds of doubt. Doubt to what they were learning, doubt to who they were as a person, just a bunch of doubt. But this person just kept standing in their power. Kept trusting in their intuition. Kept choosing the right path. Despite what you said about their authenticity. Despite what you said about their insight and their intuition. Despite you trying to switch up the story that you're skilled and they're not. This person is adaptable. They're resilient. They know how to manage. They know how to weigh out pros and cons, know when to speak, when not to speak. This person skillfully manages every aspect of their life. And you're just a taker. You're a taker, you're a taker, you're a taker. And you're not even skilled at it. You just throw magic at it and then go in like a fucking fool. Use your body parts as seduction, okay? As like transferring over. It's a transactional. This is a transactional person. Transactional relationships. Like, you'll use what you have via your body parts to get what you want in order to manipulate, and you'll throw magic behind it because you're not even that secure in that aspect. It's a fool to just throw your flower at anybody or let anybody just touch your flower. And like, everybody kind of has that, like, I don't know, like that stage in life, and some people don't, and like, props to them. But like, I don't know. I remember in high school, and this is just honest, okay? I remember in high school that I needed to get a boyfriend, and the reason I needed to get a boyfriend was because I liked to have sex, and I didn't want to be called a whore. So I got a boyfriend, and then I didn't have to be called a whore. And it worked. But like, even then, like, protect yourself, because like, people are so disgusting nowadays. They just are. I don't know why. Like, mainstream media just makes it okay to have polyamorous relationships and like whatever the fuck. Everybody cheats nowadays, and it's yucky. It's yucky. People wanted to take over your life. It's so weird. It's so weird. Your way of being, your money, your money. Your opportunities, anything you manifested for yourself. It's weird. It's weird. So they like just try to switch up the roles, but this is the energy that I was getting before. Maybe this person's arrested, and that's why. Resilient, committed to being resilient. A Gemini in reverse was trying to say that like you're committed to them, and that's just a fucking lie. Celebrate in the reverse. Got some problems. They're envious they're mad that you don't fear them, or that you don't host fear within you. That's not my energy. Closet gay in the reverse. So someone could have discovered this. Unique. You're very unique in the way you communicate. Okay. Someone has like very authentic. Someone can't move on from you. They're in anxiety and you're not. They're in debt and you're not. You rose above. And this is brings you satisfaction due to good intention and resilience. Like, you just got a lot of life skills within the situation, and they got a lot of debt and misfortune. Okay, so I think I'm going to read a Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and then I'll close it out. Angel number 29 and angel number 75. Become a better listener. I grew up believing that I was a good listener, and although I have become a better listener than I was 10 years ago, I have to admit I'm still only an adequate listener. And that's how you improve, right? Is to not claim that you're the best, because you're not. There's always room for improvement. Effective listening is more than simply avoid and knowing that in knowing I don't know what they're trying to tell me. And in knowing that there's always room to improve, it doesn't mean that you need to improve vastly right now. You need to be where you were at before or further ahead than that because you're on a certain timeline and this needs to be like this and this and this and this. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. We get setbacks even in nature, okay? Where nature fucks our shit up and we start over. Okay, it doesn't make it any less like it's actually a purification process. So I mean, it's not like you're starting over. It's not like that. It's like you have a clean slate. You get to start fresh. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that everything that you've learned is unlearned. No. That's like falling off. Like just because you went and used, just because you went and drank, doesn't mean that all that stuff, all those tools, all the information you learned, all the work that you did on yourself goes out the fucking window. No. Maybe go look at it and remind yourself, yes, I've accomplished all of this. I have accomplished all this. Let me get back on and take off where I left off. And like the opposite, right? If you're doing drugs and you're almost like you're at the breaking point, you're at rock bottom, you're almost to the point of no return. So what happens when you're clean for say 2 years and then you go and use again? You're right at the fucking bottom of that pit where you left off. The scary hoogie boogie place, man. Oof. God knows I don't want to be there. Okay, and that's why I keep the tight, I almost said tit. I keep a tight-knit relationship with my higher power. Just in case like that feeling were to ever come, I'm like, take this. Take this, heal it, please. Thank you. I love you. Okay, I don't know where I was going with that, but I feel like that's it for that one. Okay, take it easy on yourself. If you get a setback, it's okay. It's a part of life. There's something you needed to learn there. Maybe it's patience. Patience is always a key factor. You're best to just learn that one. And the releasing of things. I've spoke on how and why we do that as well. You just have to look in the titles. Effective listening is more than simply avoiding the bad habit of interrupting others while they're speaking or finishing their sentences. I literally interrupted this sentence when I was speaking. It's funny, like I'll do that. Like I'll be reading these things and I'll literally do what they're saying not to do within it. Like it's normal. Okay, we're all normal and we all do these things. We all have room for improvement. So it's like, I feel like that is like my guides in the higher power, my higher power, making me do these things that are wrong so that you can point them out and I can know that you're pointing them out and I can still not give a fuck. It's being content to listen to the entire thought of someone rather than waiting impatiently for your chance to respond. In some ways, we fail to listen is symbolic of the way that we live. Ow. We often treat communication as if it were a race. It's almost like our goal is to have no time gaps between the conclusion of the sentence of the person we're speaking with and the beginning of our own. My wife and I were recently at a cafe having lunch, eavesdropping on the conversations around us. It seemed that no one was really listening to one another. Instead, they were taking turns not listening to one another. I asked my wife if I still did the same thing. With a smile on her face, she said, "Only sometimes." Slowing down your response and becoming a better listener aids you in becoming a more peaceful person. It takes pressure from you. If you think about it, you'll notice that it takes an enormous amount of energy and is very stressful to be sitting at the edge of your seat trying to guess what the person in front of you or on the telephone is going to say so that you can fire back your response. But as you wait for the people you're communicating with to finish, as you simply listen more intently to what's being said to you, you'll notice that the pressure you feel is off. And like that pressure of like needing to be strict or needing to be the same as you were or needing to surpass where you were last week is like, take it easy, man. Take it easy. Get them fed 3 times a day, okay? Aiming for the same time every day, okay? And that's okay if it's within a couple hours. That's okay. It's okay. And that's just something that like I'm working on right now. So it's anything of your situation, okay? What are you striving for? What is the most ideal picture to you? Okay, then slowly work towards it. Don't put all this pressure on you. Like we get that enough externally that we don't need to do that to ourselves. You immediately feel more relaxed and you'll get a lot more done too. And so will the people you're talking to. They'll feel safe. Yeah, they'll feel safe in slowing down their own responses because they don't feel like they're in competition with you for airtime. That's significant. In competition for airtime. Somebody like really wants fame. Not only will becoming a better listener make you a more patient person, it'll also enhance the quality of your relationships. Everyone loves to talk to someone who's truly listening to what they're saying. Okay, have a good day, people.